Hey comic fans, Dave here at Ground Zero. It's Wednesday morning. That means it is time to take a look at what's new on the shelves at your favorite local comic book store. And it's also almost wintertime. That's right. The cold, dark, dismal, endless winters that East Texas is known for is right around the corner because it usually occurs somewhere between the second and third week of February. So let me tell you, it is a miserable 48 hours. You'll want to stock up on supplies. Now, I'm assuming you've already got enough potato chips and blankets to get you through, so by supplies, we mean comic books. Ground Zero's got you covered. Now, just last month, it feels like, we were talking about all these brand new titles from DC, all this future state stuff, new characters, new concepts, and now we're talking about their endings. Well, one book that's not ending, at least not yet, is Dark Detective, because it has one more issue to go. However, Future State Green Lantern, final issue. Future State Justice League, the last one. Future State Kara Zor-El Superwoman, this is it for this particular series. Future State Superman Wonder Woman, finito. This is the end, at least in this universe. Future State Robin Eternal, not quite as eternal as the title would lead you to believe. Future State Teen Titans, yep, that's it. It's no more after this one. Now this series, all of the Future State stuff has done really well. It's kind of surprised the industry just how well they've sold. So if you're collecting the runs of them, this is how you get to the end. From Marvel, lots of cool things from Marvel. This was actually a very big week from Marvel. Some King in Black tie-ins, all sorts of good stuff. I'll just hit the highlights. And highlight for me these days is the Mutant books, because they're really doing a great nod to the classic old mighty Marvel mutant goodness, classic characters in their classic costumes mixed with new characters. This week we get Excalibur and X-Force. So if you're into classic old school mutant stuff, this is what you want to be getting. Also, a few weeks ago, I mentioned Sword. The first issue came in. We were expecting a blockbuster because it was by Al Ewing. Sold pretty well, but did not sell out. So what happened? The second issue came in and promptly sold out. Seriously, people, what are you doing to me? How can I order these books if you're not consistent? Well, third issue is in this week. Will it be a sellout? Yeah, actually, I think it will, because Al Ewing is a great writer, and he tends to build his audience from issue to issue. My guess is we'll be upping the numbers on this book here soon. So get them while you can. Now, another book that didn't do quite as well as we expected was Eternals. It had an absolute dream team of Kieran Gillen and Esad Ribic, just the perfect kind of team for this particular book. Sold pretty well, but we did not sell out. Now we get in the second issue, and look, it's got the Mad Titan Thanos. Honestly, if Thanos doesn't absolutely kickstart interest in this book, I don't know what will. He was actually on the last page of the first issue, but he's in the whole thing with this one. Lots of hitting and punching going on, so for you Thanos fans out you, this is where he's at. Just a couple more books I'll mention from Marvel. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. Now, I don't really need to mention this book because it sells out every time we get it in. People love Wolverine, and they love comics with the word blood in the title. All it needs is an umlaut to be the perfect book. Also, a very old character, Morbius, is getting a new look. Disney's making a big push with this Back in Blood. Because, the movie, it was supposed to have already been out long ago. It didn't come out with all this stuff going on. Is it going to come out? Yeah, at some point. We don't know. Soon, probably. Either way, they're making a big push. He is an ageless, evil, blood-sucking vampire with no scruples or morals whatsoever. And that was before he went to Disney, where he'll fit right in. So Disney says, buy this book. Do what they say. Independents. For those of you who don't really necessarily go for the Marvel and DC stuff, lots of cool independent books out this week. In particular, Critical Role. Critical Role does really, really well. Vox Machina is out this week. This is the third series they have done. Honestly, I order more copies every time a new series from them comes out. So if you haven't discovered these yet, we've got trades. Definitely something you want to jump onto. And if you already know the goodness that is Critical Hit, there you are. Radiant Black, new from Image and Kyle Higgins. Kyle Higgins has been really gaining in stature, picking up new readers with every new project he does. This actually we have really high hopes for. It's about a failed writer who moves back in with his parents in his own small hometown. Then after a night of drinking, runs into a little tiny miniature black hole and gets superpowers. Okay, not the most original thing I've ever heard of. That's okay, because comics do this kind of stuff really well. TV is hungry for projects like this. You can bet it will be either a TV series or a movie coming soon. Either way, it's actually a lot of fun. Everything old, may still be old, but if it's fun, that's okay. Now, in our section of comics for cool people, well, we've got a couple of books this week. In particular, my pick, you all know how much I love Rorschach. I have absolutely been loving Tom King's take on Rorschach. And this particular issue, we get two covers, one by Dennis Cohen that is absolutely gorgeous. This is the version I'll be taking home. And honestly, it's Black History Month. Discover the work of Dennis Cohen. He is one of the greats, and this book is really, really good. Also, True Lives of Fabulous Killjoys. Honestly, if you're cool, you're already reading this book. But maybe you just want to be cool. Well, if you just want to be cool, this is how you do it. See, we're here to help. Second printings. You know, there was a time when second printings were a dirty word in the comics industry, but lately with the big speculator boom and all the investing going on, they have discovered that second and third printings oftentimes have enough smaller print runs that those are the hard books to find. So now, while we don't cater to speculators and investors here at Ground Zero really at all, we still get the books in. For one thing, sometimes people need to get these books if they missed them. This week we got a couple of good ones in. King in Black #1. Honestly, I got lots of copies of King in Black 1 and 2. Probably not a whole lot of people that need them, but if you do, we've got new versions in. Spiffy new cover. Also, King in Black #2. Same deal. Also, a book that absolutely caught everybody by surprise was Haha. Haha came in and just blew right off the door. It's been an instant eBay success story. Everybody's gone nuts over this. So now we get the second printing. Yeah, no question. I will be selling out of this very promptly. Trades. We love trades. You know this. We talk about trades all the time. Lots of different new trades in. I'm just going to hit a couple of them, beginning with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because it is volume 14, which is the age, coincidentally, where most people quit watching Power Rangers. But that's okay, because they're back. And I'm sure this will go beyond 14 now. Also, book 2 of the new Rise series from Valiant. We love Valiant here at Ground Zero, so we always try to promote their stuff anytime we can. Honestly, good stuff. So if you haven't been picking this up, it is a good chance to to get started. One final thing before I run out of steam here, and that is Green Lantern. Kyle Rayner's run is really beloved, fondly remembered from the 90s, and yet his stuff is kind of hard to get. DC has not done a good job at keeping this stuff in print, but they hopefully have answered our prayers with this one, Circle of Fire. Big, thick, honkin' book with a whole lot of Kyle Rayner goodness in it. So if you're a fan, your prayers are answered. And if you're not a fan, you can discover why he is such a beloved character by picking this up. And there you are, folks. It's not only almost wintertime, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So if, like most of us, you're struggling at what to get your true love, well, the answer is obvious. Duh, comics. Of course, that's the answer to everything here at Ground Zero. Either way, whether you're with somebody you love or whether you're alone, remember, we love you here at Ground Zero. Folks, have a safe weekend. Take care. It's not about having what you want. It's about wanting what you have. Be safe, everybody.